Hey guys. Okay, so for this week's video, obviously we have to pick an Alfie related topic. Alfie being Cyclone Alfred. Because let's be real, it is all anyone is talking about or thinking about at the moment as we sit here and just go, come on Alfie, show up. Like, let's rip this band-aid off and let's make this happen. So today's question is one that was posed to me yesterday by a client. The client basically said, will Alfie have any impact on the DA timeframes? Now my response in short was, short term, yeah. Medium term, no. Long term, yeah, a little bit, I guess. So let me explain. In the short term, back earlier this week, council officers, everyone, assessment managers, engineers, architects, etc., all had to pick up shop, move home and set themselves up to work remotely. Now, thanks to COVID, we have become a lot more adept at this whole process. It's a lot smoother these days than it was a couple of years ago, but there is still inevitably a delay there. Now, those officers, once they got home, they had to prepare their homes. If they were in flood-affected areas, there was a lot more preparation work involved. Or if they had family or friends in flood-affected areas, there's a lot more time taken up with preparing their homes. Then, naturally, let's just be real, everyone is really distracted at the moment. So me personally, yesterday, which is Thursday, I was just like, I'm not getting on social media. Like, I'm sick of this distraction. I'm just gonna pretend it's any old day and just start work and pretend like Cyclone, what's Cyclone? And I could not escape it. Like the group text messages that were going around, everyone's like, oh, I'm so bored. What are you doing? I just saw this out at Paddington. Oh, this is so funny. And I'm like, I can't escape it. Or then my neighbor came over, he's like, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. So you naturally get pulled into that conversation, etc. So yeah, despite my best efforts yesterday, I have been distracted, which means council officers naturally will also be distracted. We just can't escape this at the moment. And I come back to the fact you need to appreciate we're dealing with humans and not robots here. Now, as we start to get close to the cyclone, at some point the power's going to cut out or you're going to have to disconnect for safety reasons. Depending on where you are in Brisbane or the surrounding areas is going to determine how quickly you get back up online. So me, fortunately, I'm going to find out through all of this, but I think I'm on a hospital grid. I'm really close to the city, so I should, in theory, get up and running sooner rather than later. But other people in more suburban areas, it's going to take time. Then also at the same time, you got to do the cleanup work. So someone like me who's not in a flood affected area, I'm hoping, I am in an old Queenslander, so it could backfire on me here, but I'm hoping there's not going to be a lot of damage for me to clean up after. But yeah, there'll be definitely some damage. And then if you're in a flood affected area or if you've got family and friends in a flood affected area, there's going to be a lot more damage to clean up. Then again, I come back to we're humans, not robots. There's going to be distractions. We're all going to get suckered into watching the news for the next few days, trying to assess what's damaged, what's going on out there, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, and then obviously pack up, go back to council once they've opened up the city, all of that sort of stuff. So that process this week going into next week inevitably means that there will be delays. And we've already started to see that through the extensions coming through from council. So I think I've had 2 or 3 jobs so far where the assessment managers reached out and been like, yo, can we get a week extension here or a 2-week extension on this due date for this information request or whatever it is? Because yeah, let's be real, we're all going to be tied up for the next week or so. So yeah, short term, yes, there will be delays, but it's only short term. And in the scheme of things, it ain't that much of a problem, people. Medium term, no. So this client said to me, okay, are we going to expect this sudden rush on applications next week? And is council going to be forced, understandably, to prioritize those applications? No, they're not. In super duper simple terms, and I am using crude language here, in super duper simple terms, there is an exemption under the planning scheme which allows people to repair work that was lawfully constructed in the first instance. I do stress that lawfully constructed. So if anyone just wants to fix up stuff that's been damaged and if it was lawfully built in the first instance, they can just go ahead without any town planning approvals. The few out there, and it'll be a much smaller number these days post 2022 flood event, but the few out there who have unlawful work that they need to fix or who want to take the opportunity to upgrade, yes, they're going to need a DA. However, a DA, town planning application, does not happen overnight. First and foremost, you've got to work out, what do I actually want to do? Then you've got to work out, okay, what funds can I draw on to make that work happen? Then you've got to go get the proposal plans, engage a town planner. Like, it'll take months before we even start to see the first of these applications hit the decks. So yeah, and the reality is most people, so I went, side tangent here, I went and had a look at the flood modelling that council released a few days ago and compared that against the flood awareness map. I didn't do an absolute deep dive. I didn't go through every single street, but from the areas I looked at, it was all exactly the same. So in theory, and there's a lot of theory that goes into this stuff, But in theory, the areas that will be impacted this time around were impacted previously in 2022. So yeah, there shouldn't be this new wave of people that are just like, oh, I suddenly have to fix work that was damaged this time around, or I'm going to take the opportunity to upgrade, all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, again, point is medium term, no impact whatsoever. Longer term, yes, there will be the odd person who pops up now who went, oh, last time around in 2022, I didn't bother doing anything, but now it's happening too frequently. It's been the final, what's the saying? Straw that broke the camel's back. It's a straw that broke the camel's back. I'm going to do something this time around. There will be a few of those. But like I said, that's a longer term thing, not a medium term thing. So just to recap, will this whole natural disaster Alfie event have any impact on DA timeframes? Short term, yes, because we're dealing with humans here and humans have to deal with this situation and all the complexities that come with it. Medium term, no, because there is exemptions that cover most of the work, and when there's not exemptions, there's a lot of hoops to jump through before you can get to council. And longer term, yeah, a little bit, but really I think 2022 has hit or taken out most of those. It's not really going to be any impact. Anyway, those are my 2 cents. Stay safe out there, guys. As I always like to say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got 3. Number 1, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number 2, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number 3, what was my number 3? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.